Hi, OpODabers! The AI race is moving faster than ever, with new models and updates announced almost weekly. But every once in a while, a tool comes along that represents a true leap forward. Google claims Gemini 2.5 Pro is that leap. But what does that actually mean for you? In this video, we're going beyond the hype to give you the definitive guide. We are going to test its massive brain, its multi-sensory powers, and its expert logic with real-world challenges to find out if it really is the future of AI. Let's start with its most talked about feature, its memory. First up, its brain. Gemini 2.5 Pro has a 1 million token context window. In simple terms, this means it has the memory to read and remember over 700,000 words at once. That's equivalent to several full-length novels. To prove it, we're not just going to use a short document. As you can see on my screen, I'm downloading the full, unabridged text of Moby Dick. That's over 200,000 words. Now I'm uploading this entire book directly into Gemini. The upload is complete. The entire novel is now in its active memory. So let's ask it something that would take a human hours to find. I'm typing the prompts now. Find 3 passages where the color white is used to symbolize something terrifying, not pure, and explain the symbolism. This requires it to understand theme and context, not just search for a word. As it generates the answer, notice how it's not instantaneous. It's actually processing and thinking about the request. And here is the result. It references specific chapters, it quotes the exact text, and provides a college-level analysis of the symbolism. This is not a keyword search. This is true comprehension on a massive scale. So Gemini has a massive brain for text, but its real power is that it's natively multimodal, meaning it was built from the ground up to understand more than just words. Let's really put its senses to the test. First up, audio understanding. Okay, for the audio test, I've got this TED Talk right here on YouTube. Now, instead of downloading a file or doing any prep work, I'm just going to copy the video link and paste it directly into the prompt. And notice what happens next, or rather what doesn't happen. It doesn't generate a separate transcript for me to read. It's processing the audio directly from that video link behind the scenes. This is a huge step beyond simple transcription. So let's see if it can go straight to the real test, understanding the nuances of the conversation. So I'm going to give it a prompt that requires it to follow a train of thought. I'll ask, summarize this debate and create a list of action items for the character named David. Let's see what it does. And there's the answer. This is impressive. First, it correctly identifies that the speaker's name is David Grady and that he's talking about a concept he calls mindless accept syndrome. It perfectly captures the humorous yet critical tone of his argument against accepting every meeting invite we get. But the second part is even better. Look at the action items. It didn't just pull random phrases, it created a practical to-do list for David himself, based on the advice he gave in his own speech. Things like utilize the tentative option and proactively inquire about meeting goals. That shows it's not just summarizing, it's comprehending and reapplying the information in a new context. All right, now for its eyes. I'm uploading this short video clip of a busy city street. Let's start with a simple question, and honestly, I haven't counted this myself, so we're finding out together. I'll ask it, how many red cars pass by? Okay, the result is in. It comes back with a specific number, 6. But it doesn't just stop there. It gives the exact timestamps for each one, like at 4 seconds, 14 seconds, and so on. That's not just an answer. That's verifiable proof that it's actually watching and tracking objects. But let's ask something that requires reasoning. Based on the length of the shadows and the flow of traffic, what time of day is it likely to be? And again, the detailed breakdown is what's so impressive. It says it's likely late afternoon or early evening, and here's why. First, it points out the long shadows, which means the sun is low. Second, it notes the heavy traffic flow is typical for a rush hour. And third, it even analyzes the warm golden light. It combined all three visual clues to make its deduction. It can see, and it can definitely reason about what it sees. Of course, we have to talk about its coding ability, which is one of its most powerful features. In our previous deep dive videos, we saw this model build entire complex web components from just a single reference image, generating clean HTML and CSS. We also threw a horribly broken real-world JavaScript file at it, a true debugging nightmare, and watched as it not only fixed the bugs, but also refactored the entire file with modern best practices. Honestly, the results were pretty shocking, and I highly recommend you check them out if you're into coding. You can find the links to both of those videos waiting for you in the description below. The big takeaway here is that this isn't just a simple autocomplete tool. It acts more like a real coding partner that can help you solve complex problems. For any developer, that's a huge time saver. This demonstrates that it's not just a code snippet generator, it can act as a senior developer, understanding architecture and improving code quality. It's a massive productivity tool. But what truly sets it apart is its ability to think before it answers. Let's do a side-by-side comparison. I'm asking both a ChatGPT and Gemini 2.5 Pro the same business strategy question. My small business sells indoor plants online. I want to create a Plant of the Month subscription box. Outline a 3-month launch strategy. All right, so take a look at the response from ChatGPT. It's a great, well-organized, bulleted list. It's a solid checklist of what to do. To find the product, set up the website, run some ads. It's good advice. But now, look at the response from Gemini. This is a cohesive, much deeper strategy. Notice how it maps out a specific 3-month curation plan, starting with a hardy ZZ plant to build customer confidence, then a trailing pothos to show variety, and then a photonia to add excitement. That's not just an idea, that's product strategy. Then it anticipates real-world problems, suggesting a test shipment to see how the plans actually survive the journey. It even gives you a formula to calculate your costs and set your price for profitability. It's not just listing tasks, it's providing the business logic behind them. It's not just the what to do, but the how and the why. That's the difference between a checklist and a strategy. That's the difference reasoning makes. So with all these incredible features, how does Gemini 2.5 Pro stack up against its main competitors? It's helpful to think of them as a team of specialists. As of right now, OpenAI's GPT-4o is still a champion of speed and creative human-like conversation. It feels incredibly fluid and fast. Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet is a powerhouse for enterprise-level text analysis, especially with long, complex documents, and has a strong focus on safety and reliability. Gemini 2.5 Pro's unique advantage lies in its massive context window, combined with its seamless native understanding of video and audio. For tasks that require analyzing mixed media, Gemini currently holds the edge. The best tool often depends on the specific job you need to do. So who should be really excited about this? Well, if you're a student or a researcher, imagine being able to upload dozens of research papers and ask complex questions across all of them at once. If you're a developer, this is a co-pilot that can understand your entire code base. For video editors and marketers, this is a tool that can analyze hours of footage or audio to find key moments, saving you an incredible amount of time. The use cases are practically endless, and we are only just scratching the surface. Ready to try it for yourself? As you can see on the screen, you can get access to Gemini 2.5 Pro through the Google AI Studio for your individual projects. There is a free tier to get started, which is great for testing. For more extensive use, the pricing is based on tokens, essentially how much you use it. For larger businesses that need enterprise-grade features, it's available through the Google Cloud Vertex AI platform. So, my final verdict. Gemini 2.5 Pro is, without a doubt, a monumental achievement. Its ability to process and reason about vast amounts of mixed information is a true game changer. It represents a fundamental shift in what we should expect from our digital tools. It's not just an assistant anymore, it's a collaborator. But what do you think? Which of these features impressed you the most? Let me know down in the comments. If this guide was helpful, please give it a like. It really helps the channel. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into AI tools. Thanks for watching.